Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Q4 and FY2024 earnings conference call of PTC India Financial Services Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Today we are having management team led by CA Mahendra Lodha, Director of Finance and CFO, MD and CEO, Additional Charge, who is accompanied by Mr. S. Sivakumar, ED Credit, and Mr. Kalur Srinivas, ED Monitoring. I now hand the conference over to Mr. CA Mahendra Lodha, Director of Finance and CFO, MD and CEO, Additional Charge of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, all our esteemed investors. So, we have already uploaded a detailed presentation on the website, and I will update the brief highlights of that financial. So, we have already published our financial results for the Q4 for the 2024 as well as the financial year 2024. So just to mention, during the financial year 2024, we have achieved total revenue of 776.28 crore, and against that we have achieved PAT of 160.75 crore. Our capital adequacy ratio is for financial year 24 is 43.07. Net interest margin for financial year 24 is 4.82. Debt to equity ratio for the financial year 2024 is 1.54. Total loan asset book as on 31st March 2024 is 5,395. We have made disbursement during financial year 24 amounting to 555 crore. So if you compare, so brief snapshot I will give for the yearly financial. So as against the total revenue of 797.808 crore in financial year 23, we have achieved total revenue of 776.28 crore in financial year 24. PBT was last year in financial year 23 was 232.37 crore. Against that for financial year 24 it was 175.82 crore. And PAT for the financial year 23 was 215.98 crore. Against that PAT for PAT for financial year 2024 is 160.75 crore. Yield on earning portfolio for financial year 23 was 10.51%. Against that this yield on earning portfolio for financial year 24 is 11.38 crore. Capital adequacy ratio, its percentage 10.51% for the financial year 23, and the yield on earning portfolio for financial year 24 is 11.38%. Capital adequacy for financial year 23 was 33.05%, and for financial year 24 it is 43.07%. Return on asset for financial year 2023 was 2.05%, and against that return on asset for financial year 2024 was 2.27%. Gross net NPA for financial year 2023 was 716 crore. Against that gross NPA for financial year 2024 was 489 crore. Against that net NPA for financial year 2023 was 306 crore. Against that now net NPA for financial year 2024 was 142 crore. As far as net interest margin is concerned, for financial year 2023 it was 4.23%. Right, against that for financial year 2024 it is 4.82%. So and if you see that quarterly result for the financial year 2024 Q4, our our PBT was 19.27 crore and PAT was for 13.85 crore. And yield on earning portfolio for the quarter 3 financial year 24 was 11.37 against the yield on earning portfolio for Q4 for financial year 24 is 11.91. And capital adequacy ratio for Q3 financial year 24 was 44.45%. Against that capital adequacy for Q4 for financial year 24, it was 43.07. As far as return on assets is concerned, comparable to previous quarter, during previous quarter Q3 financial year 24, it was 2.69%, and now for Q4 it is 0.83%. Net interest margin for Q3 financial year 24 was 4.92, and it is same for the Q4 financial year 24, 4.92%. So, few other things I would like to highlight. So during the financial year 2024, we have sanctioned loan worth of 525 crore, and then we have disbursed loan worth of 585 crore, and outstanding credit at the end of the financial year 24, it was 5,396, and capital adequacy ratio was 43.07%. Key operational indicators are net interest income for financial year 2023. It was 334.66 crore. Against that net interest income for financial year 24, it was 340.59 crore. Yield on earning loan was for financial year 23 10.51%. Against that yield on earning loan for financial year 24, it was 11.38. Cost of borrowed funds have increased based on the market scenario. It was 10.51 in financial year 23, and yield on earning loan was 11.38%. Cost of borrowed funds for financial year 23, it was 7.68%. As against that, now the cost of borrowed funds for financial year 24 is 8.70. Interest spread for financial year 23, it was 2.83, and now for financial year 24, interest spread is 2.68%. Net interest margin has increased from 4.23% to 4.82% in financial year 24 as compared to 23. Earnings per share for financial year 23, it was 2.74, and now for financial year 24, it is 2.50 per share. Cost to income ratio, it was 13.62% for financial year 23, and now for financial year 24, it is 12.62%. Debt equity ratio for financial 23, it was 2.09, and against that debt equity ratio for financial year 24 is 1.54. Return on net worth, it was 7.47% in financial 23, now it is 6.45% in financial year 24. Return on asset, it was 2.05% in financial year 23, as against that in financial year 24 it is 2.27. So total result overview for financial year 24 is interest income for financial year 23 was 766.57 crore. Against that interest income for financial year 24 is 750.58 crore. And total income for financial year 23 was 797.08 crore. Against that for financial year 24 it is 776.28 crore. Interest in financial charges during financial year 23 it was 432.83 crore. Against that this year for financial year 24 interest in financial charges are 411.07. As far as provisions and contingencies are concerned, it was 80.69 crore in financial year 23. Against that now it is 87.57 crore in financial year 24. Other expenses were in financial year 23 it was 51.19 crore. Against that now it is for 61.66 crore. Total expenses for financial year 23 it was 564.71 crore. And in financial year 2024 it is 560.30 crore. Profit before tax for financial year 2023, it was 232.37 crore, and in financial year 2024, profit before tax was 215.98 crore. Tax and expenses including deferred tax, it was 56.56 crore for financial year 23, and for financial year 24, it is 55.23 crore. Profit after tax was 175.81 crore in financial year 23, and now for financial year 24, it is profit after tax is 160.75 crore. So during the financial year, we have resolved few NPA accounts, and our NPA amount has also reduced. So our Executive Director, Mr. Kalluri, is here, so he will just highlight in detail about that, whatever NPAs we have reduced and we have resolved during this year. So over to Mr. Kalluri.
I think in the earlier investor conferences, this has been discussed in detail. In terms of the progress that PFS has made in resolving some EWS accounts as well as some NPA accounts. In the last quarter, Asian Hotels was resolved, although it was a small ticket transaction, but the principal amount is fully recovered. And we are in the process of resolving a couple of larger ticket transactions in the current financial year, and as and when there is sufficient progress and with after necessary internal approvals and all that, same will be communicated in due course.
Yeah. So our Executive Director, KD, is also with us. So he will highlight about the proposals in hand, and we are moving ahead with that further sanctions and disbursements in coming time.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. We have sanctioned around 525 crores during this year, during the FY2024, and disbursed 585 crores. And we have in pipeline around other 500 crores disbursement, which has been sanctioned. The proposals have been sanctioned, and we are in the process of making the disbursement after compliance with the full disbursement conditions. And also we have a healthy pipeline in the proposals in the pipeline, and we expect the sanctions would go up this year. But we've been all along cautious so that we will have our resources which are available commensurate with our sanctions, so that we meet our commitments. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have with us our Treasury Head, Mr. Abhinav Goyal, as well as our Finance Head, Mr. Sanjay Rastagi. So as far as the liquidity is concerned, the company is having adequate liquidity in the form of HQLA and liquid assets and undrawn credit limits to meet the contingency. So I will hand over to Mr. Abhinav to just highlight about that liquidity position and that the current test proposal.
Yeah, so very good afternoon to all. I'm Abhinav this side. So I refer this slide number 15 of our presentation, which reflects the comfort in terms of liquidity we are having, and it's reflecting that around 1,324 crore we were having surplus cash as on April 2024, which is sufficient enough to meet all our liability in near future, as well as the initial disbursement requirement which would be having. Now, in terms of fresh borrowing, we have taken one additional loan, which is a long-term loan from Indian Overseas Bank, out of which 50% has been drawn and 50% is pending for drawal. So in time to come, when the disbursement will start happening, so we'll take a draw of that, and in addition to that, we are in discussion with few more lenders for having further credit lines. Over to you, Andy sir.
Yes, so you can
So, I guess that is all initial introduction from management. We may open for a question answer session.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and one on their touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use only handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. You may please press star and one to ask questions. We have the first question from the line of Monica Arora from Share Joint Wealth Advisors. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. If you look at your slide in the corporate loan, in that contribution from others has declined during the quarter. So can you help us understand what could be the possible reason for this?
Which slide number did you refer to?
This is a slide on the corporate loan.
20. You are referring to other sectors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I think some of the reason would be some prepayments that took place during the last quarter, because of which the exposure in related to others would have declined.
Okay. And what is the comfortable debt to equity ratio that you are looking at majorly for FY25? Hello?
Yeah. So I think better. So we are working. Team is working for that further sanctions and disbursements, and for that purpose, it will go slightly higher because we are having sufficient capital adequacy ratio. So based on that, we are working for that.
So, Monica, see, currently, if you look at our portfolio, we are, declining, having a declining trend. But now we are targeting to have a good amount of disbursement in time to come. So when the disbursement will start happening, then our debt to equity ratio will go up slightly in line with the plan we are having. So currently, it is lesser than 2. Our target is that it should be more than 3 in time to come. That is a near target we are having.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and one now. We'll take the next question from the line of Aniket Parab, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, Aniket, please go ahead.
Yes. So my first question is, for FY25, how do you see the sector mix?
So sector is performing fantastically, and with the return of government, we are quite hopeful that there would be a lot of focus and investment in the sector.
Okay. And so just a follow-up on the same. In the presentation, I can see renewable segment has declined. So what could be the reasons for this thing?
That, as mentioned by just ED sir, that part of our portfolio has been repaid over a period of time. So that is a major reason it's been declined. One of the major reasons.
Okay. Right. And how do you see this segment going ahead?
So I think I replied your first question, which is having an answer. So fantastically, we are looking huge opportunities are there in this segment. With the focus of the government, there is a potential, a lot of potential, I should say. And with current year, I guess you must have gone through newspaper where Delhi is very hot, Bangalore, this water problem. So now the shift not only in India, globally, is to renewable segment and to have a recycle of the resources. So there is a segment where we are very active. So overall, I say that we are very much optimistic about the segment.
Yes, got it. And one last question is that regarding the NIMs guidance for
your audio is not clear, sir. Can you please repeat and use your handset?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please continue.
Yes. I wanted to know the NIM guidance for FY25.
NIM guidance, sir, would you like to? Aniket, just one sec.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
I think net interest margin may likely to slightly reduce in this financial year because depending upon the market scenario as well as the increasing cost of borrowed funds. So we are already working on that. How to optimize this?
Yeah. So, Mr. Aniket, there are two aspects of looking at NIM. One is, in percentage terms. So, as rightly mentioned by MD sir, that it may get reduced in time to come to some extent, but at the same time, it would get compensated with the additional business which we are planning to do. So, if you look at in percentage terms, there might be some decline in what the ratio is prevailing as of now. But if you look at in absolute terms, I mean in value terms, there would be an increase, upward increase. So that would be the contribution towards the profitability of the company.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. That's it from my side.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Asad Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. This is Ashwat. Can you provide any update on CEO appointment?
Yeah, so board is the same is in the process. So board is already working on that for appointment of formal MD and CEO, and as soon as it is finalized, then it will be updated on the stock exchange as well as the other regulators.
I mean, any expected timeline? Like, I've been to the company, we have been very long investors, so just wanted to know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, I think soon board or company is likely to announce as soon as all the formalities are done. So it's already at an advanced stage.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And my other question was, when will be the next fundraising for the company? Like, I mean, is it after the appointment of CEO or the current management is going to raise a fund for disbursement?
No, fundraising is already in process. We are already following up with all these banks. Even if, as we mentioned and Anbo also mentioned, in the March end, we already got one sanction from one of the banks, and we have drawn that amount, and parallelly we are working with other banks also for the fundraising. So it's already on. It is not like that we will start later on. We already started that process.
That's okay, sir. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Participants who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Channa Malu Gaudi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Sir, your voice is breaking. No, sir, you're not audible. I would request.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Thank you for this opportunity. My question is to Mr. Lodha, sir. Sir, you previously, a few months back, you resigned from your post and again withdrawn your resignation. It is a matter of the credibility of you and the company. So why that decision was, sir? My question.
Yeah, because of health reason at that point of time I resigned, and then later on in the interest of the company I withdrawn that resume, because right now the company is in the process of appointment of formal MD and CEO, and that shortly company will announce that as soon as it is finalized, and then after following that regulatory guidelines.
One more question, sir. What amount you got sanctioned from the bank for first credit line, sir, in the Indian Overseas Bank?
So 100 crore we already got sanctioned in March from IOB, and parallelly we are working with other banks also, and we are following up. The process is already on for further fundraising.
This crore is very less amount now, sir. The loan book is already came down to 5,000 crores like this, and in previous con call only you said in fourth quarter we will reach to 9,000 crores, but still it is hovering there in the 5,000 crores.
Yeah, so actually we were working for that fundraising since long, and finally we got succeeded to get at least from one banker at that point of time, and on the similar lines we are working for further fundraising.
So what's your target for this financial year?
We are looking a higher amount, like in the range of 1,000 crore to 2,000 crore minimum.
Okay. The next 10,000 crore like this you will achieve?
Sorry?
For this financial year, end of this financial year, at least loan book will reach at least 10,000 crore?
No, we will increase it from this level. We are trying. Team is already working, because earlier a lot of challenge was there due to all matters, but team is working hard, and then we are expecting to increase that loan book.
Okay. Thank you for the best of luck.
Thank you. Participants, you will press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Rajesh Iyer, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity, and congratulations for the great set of numbers. I just had a couple of questions. So can you please help me with the FY25 outlook, and in terms of total income and PAT, like how much growth do we expect coming next year?
Yeah, so whole team of PFS is working to improve that performance from every front, and we are expecting that result better as compared to 24. We would like to achieve.
But would you like to give any growth % guidance?
We are working on all these parameters and to improve that figures as well as that result for 25.
Okay, and I was also going through the investor presentation, and I saw that the transmission contribution has been decreasing over the quarter. So if you could just highlight the reason and what is the outlook on the sector.
I think it is on account of some treatment. I will hand over to Mr. Kalu to even mention it in detail. Kalu and Mr. Sushma.
Yeah. Transmission sector is one of the safest in the power chain. And we had a slight decrease because one of the operating asset has got prepaid because they moved to the in-rate model. So as such, it is a very safe sector, and we are looking for further opportunity. And we have a couple of them, and we are examining it, and hope we will get sanctioned and get it. So this is a sector, but it's a good sector.
And by when can we see recovery in this?
We are working on that, and we have a couple of projects. We expect the sanctions would come through as early as possible, maybe within a couple of months.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Aniket Parab, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much again. I would like to ask one question that can you please throw some light on the appointment of new MD?
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. Your audio is not clear. Can you use your handset, please?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, this is better. Please continue.
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to ask that can you please throw some light on the appointment of new MD as you were searching for it?
Yeah, so the process for appointment of formal MD and CEO is already on, and it's at an advanced stage. Board has already taken initiative for the same, and after complying with regulatory formalities, board will shortly announce that as per the regulatory requirement.
Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and then 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Raees Pasha, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello team, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, I could see the board meeting got postponed few times later while in the presentation. I mean, is there any right reason for that? Because I could see it got postponed for 2 times.
Yeah, we were supposed to announce our result early because we already finalized the date, but by that time some working was there, and the matter was discussed in the audit committee and board, and that's why it got postponed. And then finally we declared the result on 20th, well before the 30th May, well within the statutory timeline.
Yes, thank you. That's all from my end.
Thank you. You may press star and 1 to ask questions. Participants who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 now. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, so once again, thanks for our esteemed investors to be present here for that investors conference or investor presentation. So thanks once again.
Thank you, members of the management. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of PTC India Financial Services Limited, that concludes this conference. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.